I start tapping and I will tell myself, even though I am feeling really angry right now, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole tapping sequence. I'm going to kind of shorten this up like a lot just for the sake of the recording and the podcast and your time. And then I do that about 3 times. And then I'll tap on the top of my head about 8 or 9 times. This anger I am feeling, I will tap above my eyebrow. This anger that I'm having, the side of my eye. This overwhelmed feeling that I'm having under the eye. This stomach ache that I'm having under the nose. This anger that's sitting in my body. What is it telling me? Under the on the chin, between the chin. This anger I'm feeling in my belly, and I'm tapping right now on my collarbone. And then underneath the arm, this anger that I'm feeling in my body. There's more to that, but it just kind of gives you a sample of what that could look like. And then you just kind of sit for just like 30 seconds or more. Have a sip of water. I do recommend water because we can get dehydrated as these energies move out of our bodies. And it's part of the healing process. So take a sip of water. I'll take some tea. And then I would ask you, okay, how are you feeling? If you had to tell me how you're feeling right now between a scale of 1 to 10, one feeling like awesome and 10's feeling, "Ooh, man, yeah, I've still got some of this anger in my body." We're going to talk about that for a few minutes. It's like, what do you think is making you so angry? What do you think's behind that anger? And we talk about that. And I take that feedback and we start tapping again. And my goal is in a session, as we work through this with you, is to get you, let's just say you're at like 8 or 9. So you've got some, you're feeling kind of, not feeling so great about it. You're pretty angry and you're feeling pretty overwhelmed and hurt. For me, a lot of times when I got angry like that, I was hurt. And that was kind of like my go-to. If someone hurt me, emotionally hurt me, I got angry. And I never said anything to anybody. I would just say, okay. And I would walk away and I would just bury that hurt inside me. Sometimes, I didn't do it very often, I would let myself cry. But I didn't understand why I was crying because I really wasn't acknowledging the hurt. I thought I was crying because they just made me so dang angry. But when I had to ask myself and I would ask you, what's really behind the anger? So back to the tapping. We talk and then I pull out, maybe what that secondary thing that came up for you while we were tapping the first time. And we go through that sequence again. And then you take a sip of water or tea, give it about a minute or so. And I'm going to ask you the same questions. And I'm going to ask you to rate yourself of how you're feeling, because that gives me some indication of if the energy is moving from your body or something else is coming up. So if the number goes up higher or if it goes down lower and you're starting to feel better, you're starting to allow, and I use allow those energies to move through you that have been living inside you for so long.